The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the February 6th, the terrific or thirsty Thursday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everybody out there is having a great day. So right now we've got, we got a little bit of a mixed bag out here. Market-wise, you've got the Dow, S&P, NASDAQ trading to the upside, and the Russell's flat. It's down 42 cents. The semis are flat. Trannies are off 36 points. That's down about 0.3% to the downside. Spot volatility index, though, trading lower. That bodes well as it targets its 50-day exponential moving average. So we'll certainly take a look at that. But look, folks, during this hour, this show, I'm here to serve you. So please, if you've got a question, if you want to take a look at an instrument, you can give us a call at 877-927-6648. If you can't call in, well, we've got you covered there, too. You can send me an email, but please send it early, just simply because internet service providers, so forth. I hate to get the email towards the very last segment, and I can't get to it, but send it early. Steve at TFNN.com. If you could, in that subject heading, put radio show question, that would be most helpful to me. And, of course, in our Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on a terrific Thirsty Thursday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. So right now, we already told you about the markets, what they're doing. Let's just go to our first caller out there. We've got Jim in Palm Harbor. Jim, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
I'm doing great, Steve. How are you?
Very well. Thanks for asking. And the ticker symbol I believe that you called about is TWLO, Twillo?
Yes.
Sure. Tell us what you're doing.
Internet cloud company.
Okay, yeah. So tell us what you're doing, how I can help you.
I'm not in it. I'm looking for it's pulled back a little right now, even though it got an upgrade today. And I was thinking it may go back to somewhere around $100 to $103, and I'm looking to buy it on a pretty good pullback if it goes that low. They're forecasting it to go to 170 or something, but I don't think it'll get that high. But I'm just looking at a trade for it, and I just want to get your analysis of it.
Okay, so 103 is the price area and target that you would like to see if price will pull back to. So let's take a look at what needs to happen in order for that to occur. First, Twillo yesterday completed a TD 9 count. It was the bar following 9. Remember, in this case here, highs can be formed for this pattern on bars 8, 9, or the bar following 9. Yesterday was that bar following 9, bearish engulfing candle. And then today what you've got is the gap to the downside. And price right now is trading below its daily profile. That just formed yesterday. And so that level of support is 120.41. Now, Jim, if price closed below 120.41, the next target that price will try to take out is because that was a TD setup 9 count top, that tells us that we have a breakout area. And that breakout area, the low of that pattern, was 115.02. In order to get to 103, you're going to need to see price close below 115.02 for 2 sessions in a row. What I want you to know is you've got a valid topping pattern. That just simply means that sellers can push price back to support. Because that profile is so new, the more important support level for you and I on the daily basis is 115.02. That is where you're going to see people step in to try to buy this equity, or they should. So in order to get to 103, I would say on a daily chart, if you see a close below 115.02, then you're looking at moving back all the way to the 99.66 here, or you could be moving back to 99.66. That would be its next TD 9 count breakout. Now, that's a daily time frame. Let's go check out the weekly time frame chart, see what we have up here. We don't have anything in the weekly time frame chart that is bearish looking. And the most important thing, Jim, for you on this weekly chart to notice is that TD setup breakout level. On a weekly basis, it's 91 and a quarter. And we just took a look at the one on the daily time frame. And I want to show you how that can truly be that buy the dip area, or at least where buyers are at, assuming that they're still there. Because when price on the weekly basis pulled right back into that breakout area, now it was quite a ways away from when that breakout level occurred, but that took, it was on November the 8th out here of last year. And you can see once price hit it, it did it for this is a weekly chart, 2 weeks in a row, and then just simply took off. So the weekly chart is communicating to you and I that what price wants to get to is 150.39 out there. So I'd really be watching that breakout area on the daily time frame. The monthly chart, it's too new. There's not enough data out here for us to take a look at a monthly time frame with Twilio and get any kind of read. So does that help you out, or what questions does that pose for you that I can try to answer?
Well, I saw the 9 count on the other day that you talked about going up on the daily, and on a weekly it's showing like a 6 count up. And
yes, but the 9 count on the weekly that you would look to is the one that began in January of 2018. 2019. I'm sorry, January 2019. So that's where the weekly 9 count began, and there was 9 consecutive closes with a close above the close 4 bars earlier. So that's that 91 and a quarter. And just again, the importance there is, all these tools, they automatically populate on my screen. So there's nothing being forced here. It's the same rules and the way that I help you, help myself, help everyone interpret the market and what it's doing out here. And so because you are looking for Twilio to get into the 103 area, seeing how that works on the weekly base, I just want you to be watching 115.02 because you're looking at this to get into a long, and price must close below that breakout area to even have a chance of getting into that 103. 115.02 right now is a buy point inside of Twilio.
Okay. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
You bet. Thanks so much for calling. Always great to speak with you. I see a question inside the Tiger's Den. Doesn't matter. It was private, but says GDX, I can envision this. I'll tell you what, let me read that during the break, and then we'll go take a look at it. In the meantime, let's go take a look at what the markets are doing, give you a feel for what they're doing, at least on a short-term basis. Well, we're going to take a look at several time periods out here. But if we take a look at just simply the 30-minute time frame chart, I had posted this in the den this morning. Again, this really just gets back to understanding the breakout and the breakdown areas. And in the case of the ES Mini, as price was pushing lower this morning, what I shared with Denners out there was that look for support in each of the equity futures contracts, and I gave them those levels, 33, 32, 50 inside the ES Mini. We can see how that has helped. Now, what you can also see is there was a TD setup 9 count to the downside. So what we have right now today on Thirsty Thursday is a good old-fashioned consolidation. It's between 33, 32, 50 and 33, 56, 75. And what does that mean, folks? That means these markets are still gigantically uber bullish. Uber bullish. Now, how is it that Stevie can say that? It's really simple. First, we just took a look at the consolidation on the short-term time frame, and I've given you that read as of 1:14 in the afternoon. And we come over here and we take a look at these TAS daily profiles. Where's the ES Mini trading? It's above the top of its daily profile. It's above the top of its weekly profile. Although not pointed out here, it's above its quarterly and its monthly profile. And we're trading above the 2019 highs. Folks, I don't know how else to define it, but that is a bullish market. And that's your S&P 500 and your ES Mini. We'll be right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 81, S&P 10. We've got a number of questions that have come in, so let's get to those. Lorna in the Tigers Den wants to take a look at the XLE. So let's go take a look at the XLE out here. That's the energy sector for the S&P 500. And Lorna, if we take a look at one of the patterns that completed yesterday, it was the A to B equals CD pattern. Let's go ahead and draw that in. So for this pattern here, we're going to choose the high. I don't have my cursor going, but it's out here. Looks like in the early part of September as our A point, our B point down here after a TD9 count in October, and then our C point is all the way up here, looks like in December, January. I'll get my cursor out here, it'll make it easier. But if you're watching this on Tiger TV, which I know you are, well, you're inside the Tigers Den, you can see it. So there's an A to B equals CD pattern that it completed. Now, Stevie says that, or the charts say that it completed for what reason? Well, because of the bull reversal candle that occurred yesterday. Now, what you don't get today out here is some follow through to the upside. Now, that's just one of the patterns. There's a larger, even a larger A to B equals CD pattern. We come all the way back out here into July of 2019, down into the low of August 27th of 2019. We can come all the way then back up here to the time period of September 16th. There's just a number of A to B equals CD patterns out here. So there's another one. If you were to take a look at, here's a, Stevie just has to get hold of the tool out here. Come on. There we go. Turned it off. In any event, there's a number. So what the A to B equals CD pattern, which is also, this created a butterfly buy pattern out there. The XLE is giving you a bottom signal. Now, with price trading below the oscillator and change line, which is 54.62, if you see a close below that, Lorna, that would suggest that price could pull back to where? 53.02 to 53.50 out there. That's what the daily time frame chart is showing us. Let's go take a quick peek at the weekly out there. Now, what were you looking for specifically, Lorna? You just asked me to look at it, please, but I know there must be something out here. If we take a look at the weekly time frame, what you want to watch for is what tomorrow's close is. If this ticks up just maybe about another 10 cents, probably. I'm just eyeballing it. It could be 5 cents out here. But if it can get into the middle of last week's bar, what you'll get is you'll get a bullish reversal candle. And it'd be the piercing candle. Now, the piercing candle is not the strongest of 2-bar reversals, but it's still a bullish reversal candle that Stevie uses. You just like to see follow through on the next session. So the weekly is also showing us the potential of a bottom pattern out there. So if there was something else that you needed, Lorna, please let me look. But otherwise, I'll just that's what I see. I see a confirmed bottoming signal on a daily, a potential bottoming signal on the weekly. And so I hope that helps you out. The next question coming in from John in the Tigers Den wanted to take a look at GDX. In essence, the question, just to summarize it, is do I see a pattern that would suggest that the GDX could actually go ahead and take off topside? So let's take a look at the daily time frame. John, if we're going to take off to the topside, out here to the upside, you can see this little double test, so this double bottom test, so to speak, out here. What price is going to have to do is clear resistance. You've got resistance. The first level of resistance is the bottom of the profile, 28.48. So something that's getting ready to take off, I'd have to see some kind of bottom. You're looking at that double bottom as the possibility out there, maybe a test, a light volume test. I would really need to see price get above at least Stevie's green line, 28.72. If an instrument is below Stevie's green line and then below support, which this is, it's really not a great situation out there for the GDX. That's at least the daily time frame. What's the weekly time frame for the GDX showing us? Well, it's populated with all the tools out here. We can see the Rhodes momentum indicator top. Since then, we've just simply seen a consolidation sideways. I would say the better place, John, that where this could take off topside, or the better test of the double bottom, would be out here by getting back to the 26.72 area, back to the bottom of its weekly profile, or somewhere right in that vicinity out there. To me, this is just a consolidation pattern that's got an absolute topping signal that has. Now, the great news about the GDX is that topping signal has really never led to a test on a weekly basis, a break of support. And by support here, we're just simply looking at the bottom of the profile, because 2028 would be the breakout support on a weekly time frame. So I see a consolidation. You're up towards the center mid, 3/4 of the way to the up. It's still below Stevie's green line. If I take a look at the monthly time frame chart out here, had a nice bottoming pattern way back in 2016, had a nice move, but since then it really hasn't done a whole heck of a lot. And of course, on a quarterly basis, well, not of course, but we don't have enough information here on a quarterly basis to really make it worthwhile to take a look at. So do I see it as somehow being able to take off to the upside? The only way that we could really do that is because of knowing, and after taking a look at those charts out there, is to try to understand what gold is doing. If I take a look at gold out here, this is probably the best, because here you can see, in essence, a consolidation as well. Here's our horizontal trading range boundary lines, John. And 1601.40 is the monthly. That was tested last, this is a weekly chart we're looking at, but it's got weekly and monthly horizontal trading ranges. So that certainly held during the month of January. It looks like we've just got this little consolidation going on between 1601 and maybe 1561. But really, the larger consolidation of gold is 1601 to 1462. Do I see gold with any kind of breakout pattern? Well, on the daily basis out here, let's take a look at it. It's held support both being the bottom of its daily profile as well as its breakout area of 1517. But 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 4 days ago, it created a Rhodes momentum indicator topping signal as well, let alone wave number 7, a couple of weeks ago on the daily time frame chart out here. Now, sellers have not been able to bust out support. So therefore, this is still bullish, even though it's got the topping signals. It's still bullish to neutral out there. So that's what I see, John, when I take a look at the gold, the GDX out here, and with price trading below Stevie's green line, I don't see the signal, at least yet, to suggest that this thing is ready to take off to the upside. So best of luck with that. Hope that information helps out. And Lorna, great. Glad that information helped you out as well. Let's go to our next question. This one coming in from Kumar. And Kumar wants to take a look at Tesla. He said, what would you suggest to someone short Tesla between 570 and 580? So let's go take a look at it, TSLA. Let's go see what it's doing, and let's go see what the charts are communicating to you and I. So let's go take a look at it. Let's pull this back here. Let's look at the daily time frame, see what we know. So in the daily time frame, we've got wave number 7. That's letter G. That's one of the counts as we take a look at the daily time frame. Remember, topping patterns out here, Kumar, everybody out there. When you get a topping pattern, I don't care if it's a Rhodes momentum indicator. I don't care if it's a Chapman wave letter 7 or 4. Doesn't matter to me which letter. I don't care if it's a TD9 count. I don't care if it's an A to B equals CD. It doesn't matter what it is. Whatever topping signal occurs, I just want you to always be able to wrap your head around, and this is important whether it's a topping signal or not, is where is support and where is resistance, to the extent that you can find them. Because when a topping signal occurs, all that sellers really have the right to do is push price down to test support. You asked me a very simple question. What do you say to somebody who's short between 570 and 580? Between 570 and 580, Tesla's moving higher. Price pulled back to support. Stevie's green line, that's at 1714. It's bouncing off of that. Support is held. We'll be right back, but we'll finish taking a look at Tesla. We'll go look at the weekly and monthly because we want to help out Kumar when we get back from the spring. And I want to help you out as well. We'll be right back. I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So, Kumar, if we take a look at Tesla out here, you're going to see that the weekly chart, first, it's not necessarily very helpful with one exception. We can see that it's currently in wave number 7. That's letter G on my screen out here. And you've got a big old shooting star candle out there. The monthly chart is in wave number 7. That's letter G as well out here. So you do have topping signals abound. The problem is that you go back to the daily time frame chart and say, hey, what is Tesla doing? Well, we know what it's doing, right? We can see that 7th wave move top, letter G. But again, price just pushed its way down to support. So what's my recommendation to somebody that's trading this? Since they're, I guess I would have to say you stop, at least at a minimum, stop out of this trade above today's high. But price has held support. Now, I don't know what it's going to look like at the end of the day. It's only 131. If you did see a close below 715 or Stevie's green line out here, well, then that would suggest that price would fall back to 582. That is the bottom of its profile. And this is a brand new profile. So there's a secondary level of support, and that's at 582.25. But right now, the first level of support held. So I hope that helps you out, Kumar. Thanks for writing in, and we'll look forward to hearing from you again. Another question, this one coming in from Wayne. Wayne wants to take a look at Disney's. Disney, DIS, the ticker symbol. By the way, when I'm using this Ninja Trader 8 now, you'll see, hopefully on the chart, especially for those of you in the den that are grabbing them, you'll see a little ticker symbol that's kind of hidden, somewhat hidden behind the candles at times, and that way it lets you know what we're working on. It doesn't tell us whether it's the daily or the weekly out here. That's up in the upper left-hand corner as is the symbol. But let's come back to the daily time frame chart here for Disney. But let's finish reading the question. Sought on Disney for the upside calls at 142 and Tesla downside. Well, we covered Tesla, so we're good there. I don't really think, Walter, that we should spend time on that. But with regard to Disney, let's take a look at it. So what do we know? Disney tops with wave number 7. That's letter G on my screen. Tops with the Rhodes momentum indicator pattern. And then what it did just 2, 4, 6 trading sessions ago, 5 trading sessions ago, is it bottom with wave number 7, letter G. And then what have we seen? We've seen a bounce since then. Now, what price did yesterday was got up towards resistance. Resistance was that TD 9-count breakdown level, 147.95. You're looking for 142. What? 142. Well, here's. Let me just share with you what I see on the daily time frame chart for Disney. For 147.95 is a key resistance level to try to get through. But price is not. It's not trading below support. It is not trading below the bottom of its box. That's 141.38. Stevie's red line at 141.05. So it's just a little bit of a range, and it has a valid bottoming pattern. So the week daily chart here is just kind of consolidating a little bit, but maybe it's trying to get the energy to bust out the resistance level 147.95. We can see how strong of a resistance level that has been since it's formed. If we look at the weekly time frame out here, the weekly time frame shows a Rhodes momentum indicator signal. Bar number 7 last week of a potential TD setup 9-count. That count looks still in effect out here, but price is also running a resistance at Stevie's green line, right around the 146 level out here. So this hasn't proven itself. It just kind of, and there's no valid bottoming pattern. Not, I say valid, one of my signals that I use out here doesn't mean it hasn't bottomed, because the daily may have done that work for us as we looked at it. On the monthly chart, is there any damage out here? There's none. So the longer-term aspect for Disney, price was moving higher, doing less relative energy. No bearish reversal candle. Price only coming down to test Stevie's green line. That's at 140.63. So Wayne, larger picture inside. Well, let me just see where we're at wave count wise. The highest wave count for any of the counts that I would use would come up with number F or number 6. So not necessarily a topping signal. So bigger picture, the monthly support is held. The daily support has held out there, and just kind of consolidating sideways. That's what I see when I take a look at Disney, Wayne. I hope that helps you out with this trade that you are trying to put together. Melissa writes in. Melissa, this is great. We've got a ton of questions out here. And the ticker symbol that she wants to take a look at is TMHC. So let's pop that up on the screen out here. And I'm thinking we're seeing some selling in TMHC. Taylor Morrison Home Corp, thinking we could see a nice move down to 22.75. So let's go take a look at 22.75. Now, this is the daily chart. Let me make sure that this is updated here properly. Just give me 1 second here, folks. was making some changes to the software before we went on the air. And let me just make sure that everything is copacetic. Yeah, it's all copacetic. That's a beautiful thing. Okay, so let's come back to our other charts out here. So you're seeing a little bit of a sell-off, but what I want you to understand, Melissa, is, again, support. Support. Where is support? Now, one of those levels is Stevie's green line. It's an amazing tool out there. Everybody should understand it. Everybody should use it. It is extraordinarily helpful. There is a workshop on for subscribers to Mastering Probability. Melissa, if you're not a subscriber, if you are a subscriber, please go review that because it will be very helpful to you. What you will see here with regard to TMHC is the pullback over the last couple of days. The lows that it faced in the early trading was nothing more than 2 tests of support. One of those was Stevie's green line. The green line means the price oscillator is above 0. And when we have a rising price oscillator, which this does, it's bullish. Now, what we can also see about this here, and so you take a look at the last 2 days. Let me just try to expand the green line. It'll make it a little bit easier for you to see. So give me a second just to do that out here. Let's see where that's just 50. So let's go to about 75 out here. And we'll see that what price has done. So today's open out here, Melissa. And you're right, there's been some selling. Why was there selling at the open today? Right? If we were just taking a look at this charts and we had just gone through just the first half hour of the show, and we take a look at the TD setup breakdown and breakout levels. Now we're taking a look at a breakdown level. And we were to say, just mathematically, because this is not the swing point high. This, folks, is the reason why swing points are great, but the TD 9 count breakout and breakdown level, well, let's just say that's an upgrade to supersonic speed. And look, the level you would have given me, because it's not for me. I am just a narrator of the charts out here. Realize there's no magic. The magic was building the tools, if you will, and that was just a lot of hard work out here. But if we were to say, where would there be selling inside of TMHC, you would have said 27.55, which is basically where this equity opened. Now, we know we have resistance, Melissa, 27.55. We also know we have support. Now, not only is there Stevie's green line support, you've got the top of the daily profile, 26.43. So you want this to pull back to 22.75. If this closed below 26.43, then you'd be looking at one possible support area is 25.67. The next would be 25.17, and to realize those are strong support areas. And then, if you could get that, I would say your actual buy area would be that TD 9 count breakout level, 23.91. So you're very close at 22.75. And I'm not saying price can't get back there, but the real breakout level is 23.91. Is TMHC giving us the signal that that's what it's going to do? No. It's run both into resistance and into support out here and still looks pretty darn good. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're in the CD market and looking for a secure investment, the Tiger First Mortgage Program may work for you. The security for these first mortgages are building lots in the Tax Opportunity Zone in St. Petersburg, Florida. The Tax Act of 2018 set up tax-free zones across the country where you can build and hold for 10 years and pay no tax on the profits, which makes these lots valuable. The investment is anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000. The interest paid is 7% yearly, paid on a monthly basis. According to Bankrate.com, the best rate for a 4-year CD in the country as of February 20th is 3.1%. A $50,000 investment at a normal 4-year CD rate of 3.1% would give you income of $1,550 per year or $6,200 over the 4-year period. That same $50,000 investment in the Tiger First Mortgage Program would give you $3,500 per year or $14,000 over the 4 years. Which would you prefer, $6,200 or $14,000 of interest on your investment? If you would like more information about the Tiger First Mortgage Program, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go take a look at our next question. This coming in from Phil. Hey, Steve, uber bullish outlook for IWM and targets then. So let's go take a look at the IWM. Different than the S&P and different than the NASDAQ, Phil. So when we say that, let me just come here and let's go back to this tape. Let's kind of do it in reverse right now. And so if we take a look at the market conditions for the ES Mini, we talked about a price above the daily, the weekly. You can't see it on my screen because it's not on my screen, but trust me, prices above the monthly and the quarterly top of their profile. So above all resistance, above Stevie's green line. It's the ES Mini is in breakout mode as we speak right now. Now, if it fails to hold the top of that daily profile, that would be 33.3750. Well, then it's got some resistance that was tested and held. The NQ, super uber bullish. It's above all profiles. You can see that here. The Dow actually made a new all-time high. So the Dow, if the Dow equity futures contract can trade above 29,362, that joins the uber bullish club above the top of the daily, the weekly, the monthly, and the quarterly. And now that takes us to the Russell 2000. She's the weak link out here. Hasn't penetrated the top of the daily profile, Phil, which would be 1707. But what the Russell 2000 does have, it's got a valid bottoming pattern out here. If you're wondering why the Russell 2000 is struggling just a tad, well, it's really simple. In fact, you already know the answer when I open up this chart. And if I were to ask you, where is it that the Russell 2000 on a daily time frame would struggle, what would you say? Unequivocally, what would you say? And you're exactly right. It would stall, or it would have trouble clearing 1697.10. That is because this formed a valid TD9 count bottom right at support, the TD9 count breakout level, 1630. You can see how this is nowhere near a swing point out there. Again, not that swing points aren't important, but they are not everything that they're cracked up to be. Instead, utilize this TD Setup Night Count. I teach you about it. Just sign up for the newsletter. Do it. Go. Learn these tools out here. Apply them to your charts to the extent that you can. Mark them up manually as you follow instruments out here because they are extraordinarily helpful. So in the case of the Russell 2000, Phil, we really just have, as best we can call it right now, a consolidation. Nothing bearish. Nothing really bullish. Just trading with inside the range of resistance and support. Now, if price can close above 1697.10, then it's on to something, and that on to something would be on to 1707.01. And it could join the ranks of the ES Mini right now and the NQ. The Dow is trying to join those ranks. It hasn't proven itself just yet. And the Russell 2000 just holding back a tad out there. So that's what I see when I take a look at the Russell 2000 equity futures contract. We really don't need to go look at the IWM, so to speak. But it's important to understand where that resistance is at inside it. Should you buy the IWM right now when it's so close to resistance, thinking that it's going to play catch up? That's a real tough one. I mean, I couldn't suggest that as the proper call out here. A real aggressive trader would try to do that if price were to test 1669.90 or thereabouts, Stevie's green line and hold. So I don't know if that was really the question, but we know that there's clear resistance. It's easy for us to see. And Phil, thanks so much for writing in. I hope that helps you out with the IWM. Hector and the fuel injectors, and he loves Thirsty Thursday, as do I. And he wants to take a look at Microsoft. So is there any sign of a pullback to buy more in Microsoft? So let's go take a look at, he likes to refer to it as Softy. So let's go take a look at Softy out here. MSFT is the ticker symbol. And the question really, is there any sign of a pullback? Well, if we take a look at the daily time frame chart for Microsoft, price is moving higher, doing less relative energy. That alone is not a topping pattern, just a caution sign out here. So everything still looks very good, well above support, above the top of its daily profile, above Stevie's green line. This thing is very bullish still. No top yet. If we take a look at the weekly time frame chart here for Microsoft, what do we have? We don't have any. It's got bar number 7. Looks like bar number 7 on a weekly basis. No topping signal. Only either waves A or 5, 1 or 5 on a weekly time frame. The monthly time frame, let's go repopulate this. What do we have? Price just moving higher, doing less relative energy. But Hector, I apologize. I don't see any kind of a pullback here in Microsoft just yet, not unless you can. You've got the ability, that 8-ball ability, to that tells you exactly where that top tick is. I don't have that ability. And if I take a look at even a quarterly, now the quarterly has some potential here for maybe a top, which would be bar number 9 on a quarterly basis, but that top could occur on bar number 10 too. So do I see any kind of a top inside of, I just see some caution signals out here, but nothing that's given us any kind of a top inside of Microsoft. And Softy may just continue to motor along to the upside. So Hector, thanks so much for writing in. Thanks to everybody that writes in. I can't share with you how much I appreciate that you take the time to write. It really helps this show. You just help keep the show moving forward and keep me on the rails, so to speak. We've got a question to take a look at NVTA, buy, sell, or hold for peak D. NVTA, not NVIDIA, right? NVTA. And so let's go ahead and pull this up out here. Let this thing populate, and let's go take a look at it. Wow. Wowzer. Wowzer is all we can say. Look at this thing here. So let me just I need to grab some more data so we can all take a look at this. So peak, you help me here. Buy, sell, or hold. We take a look at the daily chart out here. The key level of resistance, one was surpassed. Well, actually, two have been surpassed today. Remember, we looked for 2 bars out here. The first one was 1994. That was pierced about 2 weeks ago, failed. And today just simply, and then about 4 or 5 days ago, tested, failed. Now it's gone. This thing is changing its total trend picture on the daily basis. And then 21.97, the one that is taken on today. It's certainly a hold. A buy, and it's not a sell. There's no other than peak, if you'd like to, because, look, you peak D, and if you like to sell peak Ds, well, then we've got at least one peak D out here. Maybe we've also got peak E, but are you asking me, would I sell into this? Not that I see on the weekly time frame chart. No siree. Closing about 21.97. That's a very bullish message out here. And, of course, we've got Stevie's green line. Let's go take a look at the weekly time frame. Maybe we've got a different message out here. So its message, take a look at how this forms a TD9 count top, right? I say right, but what do you mean right? August of 2019, TD9 count top. We had a peak D out there, too, but it was really peak number 7, letter G, that was the topping signal. What does price do? Comes back to one of its breakout areas that holds, 13.99. So peak. Where's price headed to now inside this equity on a weekly basis? 27.40. That's the TD9 count breakdown level. The monthly chart doesn't have enough data really to give us anything other than to say, look, it's bullish. Price above Stevie's green line at 20.54. TNVTA. It is a definite hold. We'll be right back.
Basil Chapman will be hosting a 90-minute live webinar for subscribers to his daily trading service, The Opening Call, Thursday, February 13th from 4 till 5:30 p.m. Basil will host his live webinar titled The Dark Cloud Cover, an Essential Market Analysis. In this 90-minute webinar, Basil will discuss the techniques he uses when identifying market downturns using his Chapman wave, including how he uses specific ETFs like the SMH Semiconductor ETF as a canary in the coal mine leading indicator when looking for market downturns. By identifying particular weaknesses in the market technicals, Basil's able to identify the severity of the market reaction, and this is just one of many topics he'll be covering. To sign up now for the opening call, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Don't miss out on this special 90-minute live webinar with Basil Chapman, Thursday, February 13th. Sign up today.
The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The gold report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
This is David White. Stay tuned because coming up next is the Power Trading Hour right here on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Let's take a look at the 2-minute wrap out here, get a feel for what's going on. So again, in the equity markets, we just have your good old-fashioned little consolidation going on today. Last evening was really where the markets moved higher. If we take a look at a 30-minute time frame chart for the NQ out here, you can see wave number 7. That's letter G. Again, a topping signal. What does price do? What are sellers supposed to do when we get topping signals? Is go push price back to support. What are the ultimate levels of support out here? Those are our TD9 count breakout and breakdown levels. That was 93, 83.75. I went ahead and posted as the NQ was pulling back out there, and and people were starting to get all like the markets are just selling off or what have you. Wait a minute. All that was happening is what's supposed to happen. If we just take a look at the actual structure of these markets, these tools, these patterns out here, they really help you and I to understand what the markets are doing. They don't forecast what's going to happen in the future. But in this case here, and just take a look at what we've covered today, if I were to ask you where is support and resistance on a 30-minute time frame for the NQ, you can look at it and you can identify it in the snap of your finger. And how important is that? Right? If you're long the NQ, you're placing calls, whatever it might be, you're looking at 94.57.50 as being a level of resistance. And price almost made it right up to that area out here. Likewise, when it comes to support, remember the body of the candle is the essence of price. The wicks are nothing more than the screaming memes, so to speak, the real emotion during that 30-minute cycle. Don't get freaked out by the emotions. We all have them. Maybe sellers were trying to jump on and go short, below 93, 83.75. It held. So we just have a bit of a consolidation, but the bigger picture in the NQ, right? Super, uber, we will just say it again, uber bullish. We take a look at the weekly time frame chart here for the NQ. Yeah, it's in wave number 7, can't be confirmed until next week, but it's above everything. Stevie's green line is what held last week. Be careful if you're short. That's all Stevie can say, because it's not me that's saying it. It's these charts and these chart patterns. Just be careful. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Stay tuned, folks. 2 great hours left, and I'll see you on Friday. Fun Day Friday. Take care.
Basil Chapman will